we have all of the can frames in. See them? Okay. And you see, there they are, up to this point. Now these are all still loose in here. Okay, you could take them and you could pull them right out of there. Now the next thing we're going to do, is put these timbers in right here. Okay. Now those run along the side of the stem right here. So we can look up really close. Here's where they go, flat against here. So I'm going to take one, and you can also see what they're doing is they're holding these frames. See, if you let these frames, we're wedging them in there. See them move? Okay, we're wedging it in there like that. That's how it goes. Okay, what I want to do is clamp this thing in here temporarily, because I want to show you what we have to do next. Okay, right here is another angle where it goes against this last can frame. So we have to cut this angle now. Okay, it's right here. And as we cut that angle, the leading edge or the front edge of this timber right here, this edge, we have to keep going back and back until it's behind this line. See this joint right here between the apron and the stem? Okay, we want that timber to set right on the inside of it, right in here. Okay, so first of all we want to get the angle. So let me just go ahead and do that, and I'll get back to you. Okay, what I did was I drew a pencil line here. See that pencil line? I drew along the edge. Okay, because I want that angle to go all the way down this timber. So let's go over to the little 4-inch sander. And what I did was I took my table and I tilted it up. And I'm going to sand it until I sand off my pencil line. So here we go. Now I'm going to take it nice and easy. And I'm not going to just push into it, I'm going to run it across. Nice and easy it goes. Keep going. Alright. Almost done. Okay, now I want to check it and see, come back to the model here, and I want to see how it looks. Again, oh, what a guess. Unbelievable. Let me pin this in and show you. I just guessed on the angle because I figured I was going to go back a couple times and adjust it. But I hit it dead on the first time. Okay. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay. But even though I hit the angle, what I didn't get is the piece isn't back far enough. Okay, it has to go back so that seam that I showed you earlier shows. So I'm going to keep going back to my little 4-inch sander there until that hits the edge. Okay, back to the sander. That's over here. And I'm just going to hit it again. I I start in the middle and I push it out because the end of the disc cuts faster than the center. So to keep it the same, I move it out. Then I go back here on the model and check it. A little bit more. That's all it takes. Let's go back to the model and take a look. Let's shut this off. Alright. Let me see where we are. Oh man. That's it. Hit it. Okay, I clamped it here to show you what I have. Okay. I have it right behind that line I showed you. And it comes up and it's just a little under this last can frame in height, because this last can frame is going to be rounded down into it. So that's the position for that piece of timber. So you could, if you want to, take this timber and let me show you. You could move it a little bit further back from your seam here, and that's if you want to cut a rabbet, which is a groove along there that the ends of the planking will set in. But I'm not going to plank this hull, and I'm not going to cut the rabbet. I'm just going to glue this timber in place. Okay, once we have this timber in place, right along the edge, right along here, and just a little below the last can frame, and a nice angle right up here. Okay, that's where we want it. So let me clamp that in place, because the next step is working on the inside. Okay, now we're viewing it from the other side and looking at it from the inside. So what we have to do is draw a line right along this edge up here and to here. So we're only using a small portion of this entire piece. So what we want to do is we want to draw it to look like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and cut this piece out. Okay, I have marked my timber here, and this is what we want to cut. It actually stops about here. Okay, right about here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it just longer than I need it, so I could rest this on the jig. So I want to cut this out here. Okay, now before I start that, let me give you a little demo. Here, see this right here? The saw I'm using? Right there. It's a Microlux tool. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a piece of basswood, and I want to mark this piece of basswood 1/2 of an inch. Okay, there's a 1/2 inch line on this basswood, and I also have this clock, and I'm going to be timing how long it takes to cut a 1/2 inch of basswood, and this basswood is the same thickness as this beech. Okay, so here we go. Right now, cut is done. 35 seconds to make a 1/2 inch cut in basswood. Now I'm going to use beech, and beech is what this model is made out of. Same thing. I'm going to mark a 1/2 inch line. Okay, there's my 1/2 inch line. Let's see how long it takes to cut a 1/2 inch beech. Got any mark? Good, set, go. brand new blade, by the way, and it's a coarse blade. I'm pulling it. It took almost 2 minutes to make a 1/2 inch cut with this saw. Now, imagine what the time it would take to cut all the frames out in this model. See these little marks right here? These are at 1/8 inch intervals. So now I'm going to start cutting the piece I need. Okay, I'm going to start timing. Wait. I'm going to wait on it. Get set. Not yet. Go. Still cutting. Coming up on 30 seconds right now, 1/2 minute. Okay, I'm at 1/2 minute. Where am I? 35 seconds and I am not quite there. 45 seconds. Okay, I got it. 45 seconds. Darn close to a minute. Right there to cut 1/8 of an inch. So now to cut this entire piece out, I'm going to be here for 20 minutes with this little tiny hobby saw. So I'm going to keep cutting away at it. If you're going to do model work and you're going to use hardwoods, I would think twice about buying a little scroll saw like this. You're far better off to go to somewhere like one of those home improvement places that sell tools and get yourself a bigger scroll saw. Because like I said, you're going to be here a heck of a long time. And now actually I'm beginning to smell the motor. It's getting hot. I did it. I made it all the way down. But now, I'm going to shut this thing off and let it cool off a little while. Whew. Alright. Now I got to cut this bottom piece out. Coming up to the end. Whew, got it. Shut down. Here, see how much room I left? Can you see my my pencil line? Yeah, see right here. Let me darken it in so you can see the actual line. See, here's the real line. I left myself that much room. Because like I say, I'm going to sand that to the edge of the apron on the model and create a bevel. Okay, that's all. I got to make another one like that now.